Hey folks, it's man once again, and welcome back to another review. And this is for a DVD, well, movie, that was sent to me by my good friend Efree. Sorry that it took a while to get to it, but it is the 2-disc special edition of Savage Streets. Now this does actually have two covers. It has this cover here, and then it has this cover here. I actually like this cover more, so that's why I put it over. I think this was first released by, I don't know if it was Code Red or another company, but it went out of print. My good friend Efree got this for me. Give it another shot. It's a 2-disc set. I think it has all the features that was on the previous DVD. Has the trailer. It's a widescreen HD master. Has 3 audio commentaries. One with the director Danny Steinmann, who's no longer with us. One with the producer John Strawn and some of the actors, and then another one with some of the actors. I didn't get through all the commentary tracks because it's hard to watch the same movie 4 times. Just watch the movie and listen to a commentary, and then a commentary, and then a commentary. It's hard to watch the same movie 4 times. But you do get interesting tidbits about the making of the film. You do get quite a few interviews on disc 2. You did an interview with, I want to get the guy's full name, Robert Dreyer, who plays the villain, one of the villains, sort of the lead villain of the gang. His interview's about 22 minutes long, and he even mentions how he has a script that he wants to do a sequel to Savage Streets. And even he mentions, you might ask, well, wait a minute, you died. Well, you'll find out how. And of course, that'll never happen, because I think this was, what, 2012 this came out? Even if it wasn't, there's not going to be a sequel to this anytime soon. Linda Blair has an interview that's about 17 minutes long. Linnea Quigley has an interview that's about 10 minutes long. The producer has an interview which is about 12 minutes long. Sal Landy has an interview that's about, I don't know, 9 minutes long. Johnny Vinegar has an interview. It was about 10 or so minutes long. Scott Meyer has an interview. And I'm not going to go in depth as to what's all interview, because again, each one's like 10 minutes or 20 minutes. It's a shitload of interviews. It's hard going in depth to what every interview talked about. There's a lot of good information. If you have the older DVD, and I'm not sure what's all on the old DVD that's not on this. I'm sure there's DVD reviewers out there that will mention that. Again, this is from Scorpion Releasing. It also has this cast stretch cinema format with hostess Katarina Lee Waters, which is pretty much a pointless. She does a little bit of info on the film, that's pretty much it. Pretty useless feature. Their only law is an eye for an eye. Savage Streets. Obviously, this film had a lot of problems during production. Danny Steinmann is he's listed as director, but from the interviews from some of the cast and crew, not crew, but mainly the cast and producer, they make it seem like John Strawn was more of the director. So I don't know who really directed. I don't know if it's one of those poltergeists where it says Tobe Hooper, really Spielberg directed it. It almost sounds like Danny Steinmann directed it, but really John Strawn directed it. Because even the opening, where a kid is changing his clothes and gets in a car, Danny Steinmann on commentary is like, I don't recognize that. So I guess John Strawn did that scene. Which I'm like, okay. And even during the making of the film, it got shut down because the money people didn't really have the money. And then possibly there was a producer who was with the mafia. I think there was an original director, Tom DeSimone, who had directed Hell Night. But then something happened and he was gone. So they got in Danny Steinmann. Linda Blair was not the first choice for the lead. It was a singer of a band called the Runaways. I think the girl's name was Cherry. I forget her last name, but it was someone. I'm not sure if it was the lead singer. It was someone from the band the Runaways. There was a band called the Runaways, which I think they made a movie. There was a movie made on that band with Dakota Fanning in it, I believe, called the Runaways. But Linda Blair wasn't the first choice, but she got let go for one reason or another, and Linda Blair came in. I thought Linda Blair did a really good job with it. Again, there's a lot of problems. Was Danny Steinmann the director? Was this guy John Strawn the director? I mean, even John Strawn in the interview was talking about, oh, Danny Steinmann, you want to bash me on the commentary? Well, you know what? Look what these people on the cast say. They said that they worked with me. They said I was their director. They considered me as their director. So you do get some honest opinions on some of these interviews on the second disc, especially from the producer, John Strawn. Which, again, who really directed it. But watching this film again, I liked it okay. I think when I first saw it, I didn't really get what the big deal was. And I'm not going to say I love the film. I mean, I would say I prefer films like Class of 1984 or Class of 1999 over this. I'd probably say I prefer those two films over this. The Substitute films over this. I like all the Substitute films, either with Tom Berenger or Treat Williams. Can't think of other films. I know there's a bunch, but I can't think of it. I will say, God, I'm trying to think now. It's not a bad film. I don't think this is a bad film at all. I'm just trying to think of other films like this, and I can't for some reason. I will say, I thought the cast do a good job. Linda Blair, I think this is Linda Blair's best film. I honestly don't think Linda Blair has made that many good films. Just my personal opinion. I think this is her best film. I think this is her best role. I think this is her best performance. She is a badass in the film. John Vernon has a small role. He was the guy in Animal House. He's here as the principal. He has a small role. Has some famous lines. For example, "Go fucking iceberg." I thought Linnea Quigley, who's the deaf-mute sister of Linda Blair, more of an innocent girl. Granted, she doesn't have dialogue, but I thought she played her character well, and you bought her innocence. You worried for her. I definitely thought that Robert Dreyer as the villain did a really good job as the villain, as the lead bad guy of the gang. I thought he did a really good job. I really liked him. I think he's from Boston. I could be wrong. But I don't know. He has certain charisma to him and also a certain menace to him. And I don't know. He was just natural. I don't think he was over the top or silly. I thought he made it really good. The other gang members were okay, but I thought Robert Dreyer did a really good job. So definitely, I say Linda Blair and Robert Dreyer were my two favorite actresses in the movie. And then John Vernon, the small role he's in, he was good. Linnea Quigley, for what she had to do, was good. Maybe it says her special guest star, John Vernon. This guy here, who's also in Killer Clowns from Outer Space, as well as Animal House. The finale, when she gets her, vengeance, you get some decent stuff there with her and a crossbow. Some decent stuff. it starts off, you have a girl gang with Linda Blair and some other girls in her sort of posse. And you also have a guy gang as well, led by Robert Dreyer. They even the Robert Dryer's didn't even fuck with this guy because they want some money. And you definitely get titties in this. You get a lot of titties in this, so that was nice. That's because Danny Steinmann had directed a porno before this called High Rise, and then he directed Friday the 13th Part 5, which a lot of stories about that movie. One weird note is the women. One of them is reading Playgirl with Kurt Russell on the cover. And I'm like, Kurt Russell was in Playgirl? Oh shit. I didn't want to know that, but I don't know, just like they're reading Playgirl and they're talking about a guy, and I'm like, are they talking about Kurt Russell's dick? I only say that because the Playgirl they're reading has Kurt Russell on the cover. I did like Kurt Russell did Playgirl? And it's just one of those things where like, really? You learn something every day, even useless information. One thing I'm not a fan of, which I know is going to make people mad, I'm not a fan of the soundtrack. And I love 80s soundtracks. The Goonies, The Monster Squad, Cobra, Rocky IV, the 80s Transformers movie, Top Gun. There's a lot of 80s soundtracks I love. And songs. Sonic Commando. Songs in Rambo 2. Peace in Our Life. Or, Commando. We Fight for Love. I said Cobra, Golden Child. Love the songs in that. Best Man in the World. Beverly Hills Cop. 1 and 2. The heat is on and shake down, break down, you're busted. Like there's a lot of 80s soundtracks I love. This is not one of them. I don't care for the songs. I don't care. Justice for one, justice for all. I don't care about that song. I don't care about any of the songs. I really don't like them. I really don't care for the songs at all. And I mention that specifically because I know this is a soundtrack that gets a lot of praise. A lot of 80s soundtracks I love. This is one that I do disagree with. I just don't like any of the songs at all. I don't care for any of the songs at all. Hell, I love songs in, Best of the Best too, and that's not really 80s movie. Well, even 90s movies I enjoy a lot of soundtracks. This one, did not care for the soundtrack or this, did not care for the music. Another thing, I thought Linda Blair, her character, does some stupid things that I don't hate her character, but some of the stuff her character did, I'm like, what the fuck? Why'd you do that? It just made her look like an idiot at times. I'll give you 3 examples. One, her sister walks into the street, and the guys are driving, and they stop, they honk the horn, and it doesn't look like they know that the girl was a deaf mute, because they're told that. And they even, granted, it's on a sarcastic way, but they apologize. So, and this is obviously a dangerous game. So what does Linda Blair suggest? Oh, let's have some fun, steal their car, crash their car, and litter it with garbage. And then expect nothing to happen. These guys are dealing with drugs, and they're obviously a violent gang. You don't steal their car and fill it with trash, and you think nothing. Another one. There's this bar fight that happens where Robert Dreyer grabs one of the girls on Linda Blair's crew, and she slashes him on the arm with a knife. What does Linda Blair say? Oh, he ain't gonna do shit. This is after her sister has been raped. Granted, she doesn't know who raped her, but she's like, oh, he ain't gonna do shit. And I'm like, once again, this is the same group that you stole their car and fucked up. Like, think about this. You just stole this gang's car, and you... Who did you piss off? Well, that's the only person you really... Either that or this bubble-headed cheerleader. Because her guys keeps looking at Linda Blair, which I don't blame the guy for looking at Linda Blair, because she's pretty hot in this. But she's only pissed off 2 people. a cheerleader chick, and a fucking gang, a violent gang of drug dealers. Quickly after, her sister gets raped, and she doesn't put two and two together. Who would rape her? And not only that, but then when this bar fight happens and one of her friends hits Robert Dreyer with a knife, Linda Blair says, he ain't gonna do shit. And I'm like, your friend just cut a fucking leader of a gang in the arm with a knife. A guy who goes to your school because one of the gang members goes to school there. The young guy who kind of doesn't want to be in there and they treat him like shit, but he goes along. But at the same time, he doesn't really want to. He's the guy that doesn't want to. I'm like, hello, alarm bells? Are you going to ring sometime, Linda Blair, in your head? Then the third time is when there's three bad guys. She kills two of them. There's the lead bad guy. She has a crossbow and she misses on purpose. Then she walks slowly to her car so that the guy can come up, get dragged and hung upside down. And she stupidly gets her ass knocked down because the guy grabs it, throws a door that's nearby that hits her in the face. And this is a guy that has two arrows that were in his legs, right by his knees. She's stupid enough to not kill him when she had the chance, and then to stupidly not pay attention to the door so that he hits her. And now this guy is crawling and is ready to kill her with a knife while she's on the ground. I'm like, wow, all this shit that's happening would not have happened. You were not a fucking idiot. So those are at least three examples. I thought Linda Blair's character was kind of an idiot at times. Which doesn't help. I didn't hate her. Again, I really like the character because I thought she did a good job acting. So she does have some good badass moments, some good lines of dialogue. Are you double jointed? Well, you should be, so you can reach up and kiss your ass goodbye. You know, that type of thing. Fights this cheerleader in the bathroom, a lot of titties, and she's doing this while her sister, unbeknownst to her, is getting raped. I thought the rape scene was handled tastefully, at least compared to something like I Spit on Your Grave. Like, I can definitely say I like this a lot more than I Spit on Your Grave. That's one example I can give. And I like that Linda Blair's character definitely has an attitude with her dialogue, saying stuff like, you know, I want to fuck him if he had the last dick on earth. I think the reason I don't love the film is, first off, I don't like the soundtrack. Second off, I don't care for some of the actions that Linda Blair does that I think were pretty stupid. Third, I think in an original script based on the features that the focus was going to be more on the women and it got pulled more into the male game. And I kind of see that because her other friends, they're kind of useless. I mean, one's there who does the slashing and you find out that she's pregnant. She's there so that the guy can, you know, they get her and they throw her ass off a bridge and she dies. So at the end, not only is Linda Blair doing this because her sister was raped, but her other friend was killed who happened to be pregnant. So ammunition to really hate these bad guys. And then at the end, she shoots one in the neck with a crossbow. She shoots another guy another guy falls and has these bear traps hooked on him. And then during that time, the bad guy kills the guy who is wimping out, runs him over. He gets there, finds that his two cronies are dead. Gets shot once in one knee, once in another knee. And then that's when Linda Blair does this stupid thing. So they get a little cat and mouse chase so she can throw like paint or stuff on him and light his ass on fire. So some nice lines of dialogue. get into what I didn't like. Let me get to what I do like on first, because I don't want this to sound like a rant. I thought the acting wasn't that bad at all. I especially thought Linda Blair as the lead, and Robert Dry as the villain, and John Vernon in his small role as the principal. Thought they were good. I thought definitely had your titties in it, which, hey, I'm a sucker for that. It's not all I need, because hell, I can watch a porn for that. Some nice lines of dialogue, like "Go fucking iceberg," and some of the other stuff I mentioned. Some decent stuff Linda Blair does at the end. And that's why I liked it okay. But again, the stuff I don't like the soundtrack. I don't like some of the stupid moves Linda Blair had. And it seems like for a while, nothing really happens. It's pretty much the girls talking with each other, then the gang members talking with each other, then the girls talking with each other, then the gangs talking with each other. Then the rape scene with Linnea Quigley, while Linda Blair is fighting an bitchy cheerleader in the bathroom. And then not much happens. I mean, it's funny that the female gang of Linda Blair says it's up to us to make things right, and the others don't do jack shit. So it's not really about a female gang going up against a male gang. It's the rest of you are useless, except you. You're gonna die because you're pregnant, and it's up to Linda Blair. Which, okay, that's fine. I mean, I like Linda Blair the most, so why not have her do it? But it just seems like not much happens up until, oh, here's this little bar fight because these two guys pick a fight with the gang and get their asses kicked. And then they grab one of Linda Blair's friends, and then, like I said, cuts him. Linda Blair says a stupid line like he ain't gonna do shit. She gets killed. Linda Blair finds out from the sort of the, I don't know if I want to call him wimpy guy, but the fourth guy of the gang that is the most innocent of the group, that he didn't want to be a part of it. Kind of like I Spit on Your Grave, but I thought it was done better here. Like I Spit on Your Grave, you had about 4 guys, and one of them was sort of supposed to be the more innocent because he was special, but you don't like him at all. Here, I thought they did it at least a little bit better. Well, more than a little bit better. I thought they did it better here. Like I said, I think this is a better film than I Spit on Your Grave, because I Spit on Your Grave was not 30 minutes of rape. And Linda Blair was better than the girl in that film, because the girl in that film really didn't really do much. I mean, at least here, I don't know, it just, Linda Blair was just better acting, better character, more badass. Again, just some stupid choices, and I don't blame Linda Blair, I blame the script. And again, it doesn't seem like much happens, because sister gets raped, the little bar fight where it leads to that girl getting thrown off a bridge and killed, Linda Blair being pissed off because his cheerleader said something, and she fights the cheerleader twice. Once in the bathroom and the other in class, which in that scene you see her titties. John Vernon suspends Linda Blair. She goes to see her sister, sees the fourth guy, the younger guy, apologizing, knows what's up, goes to his house, threatens him with a knife, which that's a good scene. I like the way the camera, like she has like a switchblade, and the camera just pans right to her and that look on her face. I thought Linda Blair did do a really good job. That's the reason why I can say I liked the film. But, I mean, even the finale, it's not, pretty much she teases them and kills the bad guys, the two of them, pretty quickly, pretty easily. I mean, she shoots one in the neck, then she gets one to fall in bear trap. She kills two of them pretty quickly. And the only reason the main guy isn't killed quickly is because she does some stupid stuff. Okay, I shot him in the knee, but then, oh, I stupidly don't miss on purpose with my last arrow, and then I stupidly let him push his door into my face, and so he can crawl on me, and then lights his ass on fire. That's pretty much it. So the comeuppance seemed to be kind of quick, but I don't know what more you could have done, but it just seemed a little bit quick. considering the rest of the film, there's not really a lot of action. I mean, you could say the same thing with Class of 1984, yes, but I don't know, that film, I don't know. For me personally, that film had a bit more going for it than this film. That's just me personally. The stuff with Roddy McDowall, Perry King, I understood his actions a bit more. And, I mean, it's not like that film was an action film either, or The Comeuppance was that much longer. But I don't know, I just felt it more in Class of 1984, especially Class of 1999, some of these other films. But so I don't know how to describe what my problem is with that then. It's just, I don't know how to word it. That's the weird thing about doing this review. I don't know how to word it. Other than it goes back to what they said where the focus went from the female gain to the male gain. So, just doesn't seem like a lot happens during the film. Like, again, what does Linda Blair do? Really fights with a cheerleader twice, finds her sister has been raped, then gets suspended because of the second time she fought with a cheerleader, kills the two guys, threatens the one guy with the knife, kills the two guys pretty quickly, does a stupid thing with the lead bad guy, and then lights his ass on fire. So I just didn't think that she would be like in a fisticuffs type of thing. I don't know what I would have wanted more. Maybe she kills one guy pretty quickly and then the other guy gives her at least a little bit more trouble, a little bit more back and forth. I don't know. Maybe a little bit more back and forth with the Robert Dreyer so she didn't look so stupid and it was more of a, using all sorts of stuff throughout the store. Okay, her arrows are gone, then she's going to use an axe, or she's going to use a knife, she's going to use this and that as attacking them and back and forth. Maybe that. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's that's why it was kind of hard for me to do this review, but I don't know how to put it in the words. It just seems like there's bits throughout the film that really nothing much is happening, at least to me, and some of the stuff I mentioned. But I still like the film. I like Linda Blair. I like John Vernon. I do like the Robert Dreyer character. I like this scene here with her and the knives threatening this guy. Some good lines of dialogue. Titties. At the same time, stuff I didn't like. I didn't like the music at all. I don't even know if I want to say it's the pacing or the... It's always like I could feel like there was problems during production. Well, I don't know if it's the focus or it's the... Again, this doesn't seem like a whole lot is happening. So I'm kind of lose a little bit of interest at times throughout the film is because it's just, okay, the girls interacting. And I like Linda Blair. The other actresses are fine, but I don't really care about their characters one way or another. Except maybe Linda Blair. And then Linnea Quigley, she's innocent. I mean, she did that well. Because she's a deaf mute in the film, so you feel sorry for her. Like, Linda Blair is a much more interesting character than any of the other girls, and Robert Dreyer is much more interesting than any of the other guys. So really, again, the acting isn't bad, but like Robert Dreyer is really the only character in the male game that I was really interested in. And Linda Blair, other than Linnea Quigley, Linda Blair was really the only actress that I care for in her game. So it's like there's only one guy I'm really interested in this. There's only one girl I'm really interested in this. Her other friends, they're not bad actors, but I don't really care. The other guys, they're not bad, but I really don't give a shit. I just, these two I cared about. I guess there's Linnea Quigley, so I guess those three, and then John Vernon. But the other guys didn't give two rats ass either way. Same with the other girls, didn't give two rats ass either way. Maybe that's part of the thing. So I don't know. I would like the bigger climax. Maybe that's what I'm getting at. Like a bigger climax. Maybe I shouldn't expect something like Death Wish 3, but I don't know. Just I'm not saying it has to be as big as Death Wish 3, but I think just need a little bit more impact with the climax. Maybe just not her doing that stupid stuff that made her look like an idiot. I don't know. Just something about that. But overall, I just say I still like the film. I just definitely say I liked it more than I saw the first time, but I'm not going to say I love it. I like it sort of in the okay category. I like it okay, but I don't love it. It's not a favorite of mine. I just a favorite Linda Blair movie, but I just honestly don't think she's made that many good movies. And I'm not a fan of The Exorcist, so and The Exorcist 2 is a piece of shit. She did a film called The Chilling, that was a piece of shit. She did a film David Hasselhoff that I didn't see, but that's probably a piece of shit. I think was she in one of the airport movies or airplane movies? If it was airport, I think that was the one that was a piece of shit. If it was airport, can't remember. Doesn't matter. But okay, this is the best Linda Blair movie. Just definitely her best character with some good assets as well. But anyway, just my opinion on Savage Streets. Thanks for watching. Take care. Definitely a good DVD. Thanks to my friend Efree for that. Sorry that I don't love the film, but I just like it. I like it okay. But either way, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you later with another review. Later.